Tengen-toppa Gurren Lagann or Heaven-Piercing Gurren Lagann is a Japanese mecha anime TV series animated by Gainax and co-produced by Aniplex and Konami. It was directed by Hiroyuki Imaishi and written by veteran playwright Kazuki Nakashima. The story takes place in a fictional future where Earth is ruled by the Spiral King, named Lord Genome, who forces mankind to live in isolated subterranean villages. The story centers on Simon, an orphan boy who has nothing but is the very best driller in their village, and Kamina, the village delinquent who dreams of going to the surface. Their future changes when Simon digs up a core drill and a gunman, which they named as Lagann. With it, they reach the surface and starts fighting alongside other humans against Lord Genome's forces. Gurren Lagann is one of the reasons I watch anime. It was during the cable television era. Animax is where I was introduced to the series. This anime saved me from depression due to my part-time work at a fast food establishment. What I gravitated the most was the character of Simon. At first, he was an innocent boy whose only skill was to drill and dig up the soil. At an early age, the kid's eyes was open to grueling hard labor. By digging, he expands his village. But not everyone thinks highly of Simon. Because as we all know, people who work on these manual labor types are looked down upon, even if what they do is vital for a functioning civilization. Luckily, he has Kamina, who wants to explore the surface. Kamina wants to take Simon to the surface with him because he believes that Simon was meant to live a life free from the claustrophobic space of his village and the rules of misguided adults. I loved Gurren Lagann because through Simon's character, I've learned that life will challenge you as long as you live. It's how we guide ourselves on how to manage our response in facing the problems, the failures, and other people's misdeeds upon us. Life is unfair. Accepting that is part of maturity. Somehow, Simon's character shows us that maybe what we need in life is to find the path which leads us to proper maturity, grow as proper adults. Going for materialistic things will only make us dependent on them, and most of the time, it will be taken from you. Simon also showed how people actually learn things. Simon was very fearful at first, but by exposing himself to challenges, he gradually learned to master his fear. Mastery of fear is courage. When despair came for him because of Kamina's death, he learned to accept himself as Simon the Digger. To honor his brother Kamina, he became the person that Kamina saw in him, the person who never gives up in the face of crisis, the man whose drill will pierce the heavens. One of the reasons why people don't learn is because we come to this world already packed with instructions. Instead of us learning how to think by way of experimentation, we are given sets of instructions instead of finding better ways of handling things. This represents the anti-spirals, the status quo. In the real world, there are corporations who are monopolizing resources. They are not content in making money and just randomly power tripping to halt other nations' progress, to keep themselves in power. They ruin economies to make people rely on them. Simon represents what human potential is capable of, the elevation of human consciousness. The elevation of human consciousness means being conscious to another kind of reality. In other words, seeing something new. With this, we dream and wonder of possibilities. That is Simon's power, the gift that he inherited from Kamina. Seeing the possibilities. That's why you should believe in you. Don't worry if you commit mistakes. That's part of growing. Believe in me who believes in you must be the truest form of saying to someone that you can achieve what you desire. Oftentimes we don't see ourselves. We only see the failures and the mistakes. It takes other people to see the brightness of our character.